Hey guys, it's Aman
and Christina from Our Rich Journey.
Today we are talking about dividend investing because at a time like this, it is so important that when the stock market is down and in bear territory, that you are still making money. And by investing in dividend-paying stocks, you will be doing exactly just that.
So what's interesting about dividend investing is that even when the stock market is going down, people that invest in dividend stocks are still able to generate an income. And in this past year alone, where there's been so much volatility in the stock market, dividend investors have been faring better. So with that in mind, in this video, we're going to be talking about what dividends are. We're also going to be talking about what you should be thinking about when you're considering about investing in dividend stocks. And we're also going to highlight 4 high-yield dividend ETFs that we're interested in.
So before we go any further, let's first talk about what dividends are. So dividends are a portion of a company's profits that are paid out to shareholders. Now, dividends can be paid monthly, quarterly, or annually.
So typically when you look at investments that pay out dividends, you're going to see a percentage. This is called the dividend yield. And that's the annual dividend divided by the stock price at a certain point. So let's say that you invest in a company's stock and that stock goes for $100 per share. Now, as part of investing in that stock, you get paid $4 per share annually. That means you are collecting a 4% dividend yield. Now, understanding what the dividend yield is really important because it allows you to compare different companies and their dividend payouts across the board. It's like comparing apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. Now, when we're talking about what is a good dividend yield, we're typically thinking that anything over a 2% yield is considered high. And this is because the S&P 500, like an index fund or a total stock market index fund, is paying lower than a 2% dividend yield. So if you are new to dividend investing and you're interested in that concept, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. The first one is don't simply invest in something because it has a high dividend yield. You always want to make sure that the financials of the company, the underlying financials of the company, are secure. And this is because you can go to a particular company that pays out a 20% dividend yield only to find that later, the following year, the company goes bankrupt and you lose all your money. The primary type of investment that you should be focused on is the financials of the company, not the dividend payout.
The second thing to consider is that companies don't have to continue paying the dividend even though they initially started so. This happens all the time whenever a company is going under some huge financial stresses and they need to make adjustments. They may cut their dividend for a period of time.
And that leads us to our next thing to keep in mind, which is dividends are constantly changing. So just because you invest in a particular stock that pays a particular dividend, that doesn't mean that you're going to continue to get that same dividend every single year. It can go up, but it can also certainly go down.
The next thing to consider is how dividends are paid out. Now, they're usually paid out in 2 ways. Either you are going to receive those funds as cash deposited into your investment account, or you can have those dividends reinvested in that same investment. Now, this is something that we love about dividend investing because by reinvesting your dividends, you are actually accelerating compound interest, the most powerful form of growing your wealth.
The next thing that you need to keep in mind with dividend investing is the type of account that you're going to be using to buy those investments. So for example, you can buy these investments in a tax-advantaged retirement account or a standard brokerage account. So one thing to keep in mind is that these investments are going to be paying you out dividends either monthly, quarterly, or annually. And even if you reinvest them into the same investment, that's still considered a payout for tax purposes. And because of this, you may have to pay taxes on that money. But if you put them into a tax-advantaged retirement account, the tax implications can be very different.
Now, we're not telling you to put them in one account or the other. This always goes back to your strategy. If you are planning on living off of your investments, maybe you don't want to put them in a retirement account because you need to have access to them right away, and so you put them in a normal brokerage account.
So this brings us to the last thing to consider, which is that you should always have an overall strategy when you're investing. Whether you're investing for high dividend payouts or any other purpose, you must have an overall strategy. Now for dividends, people may want to invest in individual stocks, they may want to invest in ETFs or index funds or a combination of all three, but you have to have a general overall plan. And this is because if you're just focused on dividends and you are focused on individual stocks that pay high dividends, this can be very risky because your portfolio may not be diversified enough. But with ETFs or index funds, you can diversify your portfolio even more. Now, here's the thing, not all ETFs and index funds are created equal. So you have to have a plan of which ones you're going to pick and how that will help grow your portfolio. Now, with that in mind, we actually have 4 top picks for high dividend yielding ETFs. So let's get into that.
Now, I'm really excited to talk about these particular ETFs because for us on our financial independence journey, ETFs played a pivotal role in diversifying our portfolio. We had central investments that we made, but we used the ETFs to counter or complement certain aspects of our portfolio. And so if you are looking for income in your portfolio, a high-paying dividend ETF could be the way to go.
So let's start off with the first ETF that we think that you should look into, and it's called HDV. Now, this is iShares Core High Dividend ETF with an expense ratio of 0.08%, and its dividends are paid out quarterly. Now, a little more information about HDV. It was designed to track the Morningstar Dividend Yield Focus Index that focuses on relatively high dividend-paying stocks. So this particular fund holds primarily large cap stocks and has over 75 holdings. Its top sectors are energy, healthcare, consumer defense, and financial services. Its top 5 holdings include Exxon, Johnson & Johnson, Verizon, Chevron, and Procter & Gamble. The next ETF is SCHD. It's Schwab's high-yielding ETF. It pays out its dividends quarterly. SCHD is designed to track the performance of the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index, which focuses on the quality and sustainability of dividends. The fund also holds primarily large cap stocks, but also holds a small percentage of mid and small cap stocks. And the fund contains over 100 holdings, and it has a really diverse set of sectors that includes information technology, financials, consumer staples, industrials, and healthcare. Its top 5 holdings include Merck & Company, The Home Depot, Texas Instruments, Broadcom, and Amgen. It was created in 2011. So the next ETF is SDY. This is Spider's S&P Dividend ETF. This actually has the highest expense ratio of the 4 ETFs that we're highlighting, and the expense ratio for this is 0.35%, and its dividend is paid out quarterly. So this ETF is designed to measure the performance of the S&P High Yield Dividend Aristocrats Index. This index holds companies that have followed the policy of consistently increasing dividends every year for the past 20 consecutive years. The fund holds primarily large and mid-cap stocks with close to 115 holdings invested in a range of sectors like financials, consumer staples, industrials, utilities, and healthcare. Its top 5 holdings include Exxon, AT&T, South Jersey Industries, Chevron, and International Business Machines. SCHD was created in 2011.
And this brings us to our last ETF, which is VYM, Vanguard's High Yielding Dividend ETF. It has an expense ratio of 0.06%, and they pay out their dividend quarterly. VYM is designed to track the performance of the FTSE High Dividend Yield Index, which is an index of companies that are characterized as having high dividend yields. The fund holds primarily large cap stocks that are forecasted to have above average dividend yields. VYM is made up of over 400 holdings in a diverse set of sectors including financials, healthcare, technology, utilities, and telecommunications, to name a few. Its top 5 holdings are JP Morgan, Johnson & Johnson, Home Depot, Procter & Gamble, and Bank of America. So one thing you may have noticed as we went through this list is that all of these ETFs are negative. They are all down year to date. We bring this up because we still think that even though these ETFs are down, they present a buying opportunity at a discount. If you are a long-term investor, these are the moments that you really build wealth. when the stock market is going negative. But relative to the rest of the stock market, these high-yielding dividend ETFs are actually performing quite well. But the bottom line is that we should all be investing with the strategy. And so maybe this is that opportunity for you to add dividend income to your portfolio.
So with that being said, if you guys are interested in learning how we invested on our FIRE journey in all of the different specific investments that we made, make sure that you enroll in our 365 Days to FIRE program. We will leave a link for that in the description below, or you can also just go to 365daystofire.com. So with that, we hope you go off, you do your research, you learn about whether or not dividend investing would be great for your portfolio to help it grow. And of course, if you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join the journey.